Hello, my name's Hannah and this is my Woman with a Movie Camera introduction for the 2010 film Arbor by artist and filmmaker Clio Barnard. Using a mix of documentary and fictional elements, Barnard's debut feature tells the story of celebrated Yorkshire playwright Andrea Dunbar, whose plays The Arbor and Rita Sue and Bob Too were infused by her personal experiences growing up on a Bradford housing estate where she continued to live and raise her 3 children until her untimely death at the age of 29 in 1990.
Nowadays, people want to face up with what's actually happening, because it's actually what's said. And you write what's said. You don't lie.
Archival footage featuring Dunbar is used to paint a picture of her road to success, alongside interviews with family members delivered verbatim by actors, including a mixed-race daughter, Lorraine, played by Majinda Virk, whose own story is juxtaposed with her mother's, as she too experienced similar struggles and troubles during her adolescence and adulthood.
They know me as Lorraine, the little white girl. As far as they're concerned, the only Pakistani I've got in me is my mum slept with a Pakistani, but I'm not Pakistani. There's absolutely no logic in that, but that's the way they see it.
Dunbar's work can be seen as a continuation of the kitchen sink dramas made famous in the 1960s by the likes of Ken Loach, and it's exactly her use of realism, where the line between fiction and her reality is blurred, that makes Barnard's approach to this sort of biopic so astute.
She was messing with matches and the mattress caught fire.
You know, back then you didn't have the double glazing and stuff that you get now. You know, house was horrible, no carpets, no central heating, locked in a room with no door handle.
The filmmaker, who was raised in West Yorkshire and thanks to this film and 2013's A Selfish Giant, has become known for her engagement in the kitchen sink genre herself, shows just how Dunbar's work mirrored her life by presenting excerpts from the playwright's critically acclaimed debut, The Arbor.
As soon as you have enough money for you and that baby, you can get out.
Ah, oh, fuck off. You're the one that needs kicking out.
Fuck off. Get out of my sight before I kill you.
You hit me, and I'll hit you back, and you get it off our David and all when it gets in.
Fucking David won't get into it, me. If you don't shut up, you won't be here much longer.
I'll call now me if you want.
Yeah, fuck off then.
Written by Dunbar at the age of 15, these scenes are performed by actors in and around the Bradford Arbor council estate the play takes its name from, with the local residents looking on to heighten the hyper-reality of the grounded storytelling of Dunbar's life.
They pull up, and the girl is left in the car, which falls into a snicket. A policeman comes up to the girl.
Right, come on, get out.
Don't talk, bloody silly. How can I get out when the car door is jammed in the lamppost?
Well, get out this side then. And hurry up, I haven't got all night.
Give me a fucking chance, will you, man?
But through testimonies of her family, friends and children especially, Barnard represents the dark side of Dunbar's life, galvanised by a prejudiced culture in both her personal and professional spaces, which saw her descend further into alcoholism and abuse. This sad trajectory of her life is amplified by the impact it had on her children.
I stayed on a methadone script. I got off of it, but I couldn't get more than 5 days of abstinence. I think I was having a nervous breakdown.
As someone who is mixed race myself, I felt great empathy for the perspective of Lorraine, whose Pakistani father was out of the picture for much of her life. She shares her memories of how she felt being the unwanted brown daughter in a white family and predominantly white neighbourhood, but it's delivered alongside the recollections of her white siblings, which offers a powerful statement on how racism is experienced by those who are and who are not the minority.
I think it must have been hard for her to have a mixed race child on a whole white and very racist estate. But you know, she could have done a better job at what she did. It was consequences of her actions, not mine.
But as the film continues, and we see Lorraine follow a similarly tragic path as her mother, one can't help but be moved with compassion for both women, whose social, economic and cultural circumstances meant neither were dealt the fairest of hands.
It took me over a year to even think and start looking at the fact that this was my fault. You know, I allowed this and I caused this with no intention at all.
The Arbor brilliantly plays with storytelling conventions to present a multifaceted woman who was gone too soon. But what's most impressive is how much Barnard engages you, the viewer, to switch on your own inquisitiveness by presenting these various, sometimes conflicting perspectives of a life told through memories, fiction and footage where feelings may just be clouding the facts. So I really hope you enjoy and empathise with the Arbor as much as I did. Happy watching.